So everyone got their share of a bad time, right? I mean, when stuff just doesn't make sense anymore. You have your disappointments, loss, despair, panic. But then Allah sends this surah, Surah Al-Imran, which I believe is like the divine prescription of how to stay still and, resilient in these hard times. I'm just going to take one ayah, which really has a cool connection, which I found in Surah 3, verse 123. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the verse reads, وَلَقَدْ نَصَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِبَدْرٍ وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, which basically means, in simple translation, and Allah gave you victory while you were few in number, so fear Allah so that perhaps you might be grateful. So I'm going to discuss that last part of that ayah, which I think gives us a new perspective on how we can view, taqwa, obedience, and what that really entails to us in Islam. So usually the way we were brought up in our Muslim families, the ultimate reason for us to pray or to fast or to cover up or not to date in high school was because, God's watching us and there's a hellfire waiting for every obstinate sinner out there. I'm generalizing, of course, but it's true to an extent. I think a big part of our ummah today, our main drive for Islamic practice, you can argue, stems from, anxiety and fear. So Allah here says, have caution of me and follow down what has been sent to you so that you might be grateful. At first, I was like, okay, what does being grateful and having taqwa and obedience have to do with anything, right? When I look at the verse, I would expect Allah to say, have caution of me so you might avoid, everlasting torture or something along those lines. But that's not exactly what the message said. Alright, so what's the link, right? So Allah sends down His guidance and you follow that through His word, through the Prophet ﷺ's actions, and basically what happens is that you become worthy of Allah's favor upon yourself. And then your affairs become, set up right, and doors opened out of nowhere. And the things that you always needed, the things that you wanted to happen, the outcomes that you, desired, would basically come to fruition. They would become tangible, present, and not just in the state of what you wanted, perhaps even beyond. And that's what's so beautiful about it, because when that happens, you begin to realize, okay, Allah's been watching me the whole time. He heard me the whole time. He's been planning the whole time. He responded to what I've been wanting the whole time. And so it came in front of you, and then you have no inclination but to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because, in the end of the day, you can't not be grateful. And that only happened through, of course, His blessing of you actually obeying His command. But the key word here is that you had taqwa, you had the precaution. And that's the thing. When we have the precaution, the rewards come in place. And that's what the ayah is saying. Allah wants to give us, guys. He doesn't want to punish us. It's not the objective of life, right? Allah does not seek loopholes just to punish you. All we need to do is sincerely want it as well. And that translates into the way of just obeying Allah's commands, hence obey and then be grateful. Hence obey and then things will work out. We just have to translate that into the way of actually doing good works, actions and deeds and words. And that is the way of having the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then with that, then you can achieve what will come eventually beyond your own expectations. And that's what's so beautiful about it. So again, the ayah again, وَقَدْ نَصَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِبَدْرٍ وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ, Allah has given you victory while you were few in number. فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. This is just a lesson you can have for the rest of your life. It's simple, and I feel like I just wanted to share it with you guys today. And so that's all, and I'll see you next time on Some Muslim Kid.
ولقد نصركم الله ببدر وأنتم أذلة فاتقوا الله لعلكم تشكرون